it's another game. It's just a normal game. Go in, take it one shift at a time. I don't think there's more, like Willie said, there's not any more emphasis on home games or road games. I think it's just bearing down on the chances we have, sticking to our systems, whether there's highs and lows. There's going to be highs and lows throughout the game, and we just need to adapt to them and make sure that we're responding the right way.
Hi guys. Anybody can chime in on this one, but when it was 3-1, I think you guys had about 4 different chances where you probably could have scored. One where Skinner put the paddle down. I think poor Connor Dewar was involved in all of them. At this point in time, how much do you reflect on those kind of missed chances? Because it could have been game over there.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, like I said, Skinner's playing very well. He's the WHL goalie of the month for a reason. He's going to make big saves. I think, like I said, we just can't get too hung up on them. I think we just need to keep throwing the puck on net. Keep going. He's a good goalie. He's going to make saves, but I think, like I said, we just need to respond the right way. We can't get too hung up on a good player making good plays.
All right, thanks for this, guys. All right, we have Swift Current Broncos head coach Manny Viveros. On his right is Tyler Steenbergen, and on his left, Giorgio Estefan. Coach, an overtime victory in Game 2 of the WHL Championship Series. What are your overall thoughts on your team's performance tonight?
Well, we never got off to the start that we wanted to. We made a few mistakes in the first period, and they capitalized right away on that. So obviously we're got to play catch up right away, and we were fortunate enough to get out of that first period just down 3-0. And then our kids regrouped. They came back and they battled hard, and we still had 40 minutes left to try to put a chip away at the lead. And I thought Stuart Skinner was outstanding. After about the 10-minute mark in the first period, he gave us every opportunity to get ourselves back in the hockey game. And then once we got our feet going again, we started going and playing, and I was very, very happy the way we played for the second period and the third period in overtime. I thought Everett played very well again tonight, and they could very easily have won that game tonight. No question, we're very fortunate, but we're also very happy the way we responded and came back and battled, and that's something that we've been doing all season long, all playoff long, and we just continue to keep working hard, and this group really does believe, and that's the biggest thing. That's the most important thing, is you got to be able to believe, and very proud of the kids.
Now, after that first 20 minutes, you're trailing. How comfortable is it to be able to reshuffle the lines, have different forward units coming at Everett there in this game for the final 40?
Well, yeah, after the first period, you're just trying to get something going, a little bit of momentum, and sometimes it can just come in the strangest ways. And then later on, it went back to kind of a familiar group with God's line again too. So sometimes all it is a little bit of a reset. Sometimes a little bit of mixing around in that, but it's not just the lines; it's our D and everybody else. Kept us in there, and I thought Carter Hart made some real good saves towards the end of the game also too, to keep them in it too also. So it's been today's game was a game of momentum from both sides, and different emotions, and they had the lead, they had the momentum, we had to get it back, we got it back, and it was tough for them to get it back again, and again it was we're happy and very fortunate to go there 1-1, and can't wait to get going again.
Now this question's for Tyler here. You have Stuart Skinner in net after that first 20. He's biding time for you guys to kind of smell blood in the water and get the ball rolling there and put the puck in the back of the net. Finally, you guys did tie it up with him out of the net. What was the atmosphere on the bench after you guys finally clawed your way back to that 3-3?
I think it was unreal. Obviously the fans have been behind us throughout the whole playoffs, and they've been helping us out a bunch as a seventh man. So to get that one for the fans and to be going into Everett tied 1-1, it's definitely huge. But again, Skins played unbelievable tonight. He was the reason why we won, and he kept us in it, and we got to give full credit to him. But after that first period, I thought our group responded really well, and we played really well in the second and third.
Just for Giorgio, can you take us through that overtime goal and just the feelings to end that game there?
I think we battled hard from the last two periods that we played. Obviously, like Coach said, we didn't really get off to the start that we wanted to, but coming into the zone, Beck made a good play to Mateo in the middle. He kind of poked it off the pad, and I was just lucky the puck kind of rolled to me, and I got to put it home. But it's definitely one that I'd say we're pretty fortunate to be able to get that goal in this win, and like they were saying, Skins kept us in the game, and that's all you can ask from every player on the team, is to kind of do their part. And even when you're down as however many goals, it's everyone kind of chipping in away, and I'm just fortunate that I was able to help our team win tonight. And it's going to be another guy a different night, and everyone just working hard towards the same goal.
Seems like we're talking to you after almost every home game. What's it been like for you getting comfortable here? And it seems like you've had a lot of success in this building lately.
Like Senior was saying, the crowd's been amazing. The atmosphere's been amazing. It's something like I've never played before. Played in a market like this where it's super exciting, and everyone's scrumming for tickets, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of it and be in the city, and their energy from the last few games, towards our team and towards us winning, and it's been great, and I think it makes any player love to come to the rink every day, and any player love to play in front of their fans. So I mean, that's kind of more where it comes from for me, for sure.
For Tyler, going into the series, you're probably one of the guys that faced Carter Hart more than other guys on the team. What kind of insight did you have going up against him?
Yeah, we did a lot to focus on him. Obviously, we know he's an unbelievable goaltender, and it's very hard to put pucks behind him. But I think going into the series, we knew we had to try and get in his head and try and put bodies in front of him and create a lot of traffic so that he can't see those pucks. It's hard for any goalies to make saves when they can't see it, so I think that was one of our main focuses on him. And obviously there's some holes that we want to go on him, but I'm not going to give anything too away of where we think we're going to be putting the pucks. So I'll end it there.
And I guess to you, Coach, if he's kind of ended it there on the game plan moving forward, what do you need to see to maybe prevent having to claw your way back from another lead in a game, or from another deficit, I should say?
Well, I think very simple. We have to get a better start and just be a little bit more focus in our structure as far as what we're want to accomplish here in the parts of the game. And we don't know going there. It's going to be on the road. There's going to be a loud place. It's a real loud building too, and they're going to come after us too. But again, for us, I always say this: if we're on our heels a little bit, we're not very good. And if we're standing around, we're not very good. When we're skating, we've been a pretty good hockey team for most of the season. So that's our mindset going to Everett here. We're not going there to sit back and wait. We want to go and play the style that made us successful this year.
I guess lastly for myself, at least for you, Giorgio, that puck goes in the back of the net. Obviously, the whole building and the team's elated as you saw him around yourself there. Was it as much of a sigh of relief after kind of the adrenaline is kicked back or kicked off, now that you split at home and you don't have to face that a bit of a daunting deficit in 2-0?
I mean, anytime you come to such a crucial time in playoffs, down 3-0, I think the message in the room more after the first period was that we could do it, and like Coach said before, we believed, and kind of just putting that puck in the back of the net at the end makes it a little bit easier for us going into Everett. And I think we're just more of a team that is resilient, and definitely battled for that one tonight. And putting the puck in the back of the net was definitely obviously it was nice, but I think it puts us in a better position than obviously losing that game. So it's definitely a credit to all our guys that put it to any sort of play to get us back in that game. And it's not just my goal at the end, but it was the 3-1, 3-2, 3-3. Like, everyone played a great part in that game, and it was definitely a fun one for sure.
Question for Manny. Manny, wondering what changed for you guys from down 3-0 to sitting where you are right now? What switch was flipped, or what light went on?
You want to answer that, Tyler?
No.
You're on the ice.
Yeah, I think our message in the room in the intermission after that first period, I think got the guys fired up a little bit, and knowing that going into Everett, being down 2-0 would be a huge thing to overcome. So I think going into the second and third, we just thought that there was no way that we were going to let this one slip. I think our mindset in the room, we were all positive. We weren't getting on each other, and moving forward from the first period, I think that we just had the mindset that we weren't going to lose this game, and we couldn't lose this game. It was one of those must-win feelings for us. It felt like a Game 7.
Since you're rolling here, Tyler, how much were you guys aware that team hadn't lost on the road yet in these playoffs, and what do you feel like it took to put that one on them?
Well, that's the first I've heard about them losing on the road in the playoffs. So obviously it's good to beat them at home then, I guess. They're pretty good on the road, so that's a positive for us. But so that means moving forward, I think if they've lost some at home, that means we got a pretty good sight going into Everett.
And one for Manny. You spoke a little bit about the job that Stuart Skinner did to allow you guys to come back. I'm wondering what it says about him maybe to bounce back from that second goal, which, you know, we haven't seen him let in a lot of goals like that this year. What does that say about him that he was able to come back and be such a big story in the game?
Well, one of the things Stuart makes him such a good goaltender, especially for goaltenders, have a very short memory. You know, sometimes that's gonna happen as part of the game. You know, you can always have your best game, or you're always gonna make every save. But he has the ability to shut it off right away and concentrate on off the next save, and that's the next save, or next save is always the most important one. So he's unflappable in that capacity, and don't worry about him at all. You know, if something happens where, you know, a little bit of adversity during a game situation like that, he can shrug it off and be focused on the very next shift.
And last thing, Manny, what's your sense of the challenge you guys still have in front of you here, especially, you know, way that with this format plays out, going there for 3?
We embrace that. You know, Everett has played very well on the road in playoffs, and so have we. We've won in tough places also too. So that's something that we've always done this year, is we embrace the challenges, and we look at the fear or the stress of it or whatever, and our kids are great on that, and they embrace it. And we're excited about going there. We know we got to be good, but we have to be good at home to beat them here. So you know, at the end of the day, when you drop the puck, you're still playing within 200 feet of ice and glass and boards. So for us, can't wait to go. It's good. I think it's a great atmosphere there. The fans are unbelievable. You know, they do an unbelievable job in Everett as far as with their fans and everything else too. So we're really having fun with this, and we can't wait to get going.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.